How are you feeling about your career? Probably not good. The common phrase being thrown around nowadays is adapt, or AI is going to replace you. Now, this sounds true, but it isn't exactly accurate. If you want to truly future-proof your career, we have to review the facts about what is actually happening in the corporate world. And the truth is this: AI won't take your job, but your boss using AI will. Allow me to explain. AI is artificial. It does not have ambition. It does not have a P&L target, and it does not actually want your job. The real shift here is the executive leadership of the company fundamentally restructuring the organization to take advantage of this new technology. You see, the cheapest way to fire somebody is to have never hired them in the first place. If you do not adapt to the rules of this new workplace, your career will simply vanish. But as management pioneer Peter Drucker pointed out decades before chat, the computer is actually a total moron. His point wasn't that technology is useless, it was that a machine, no matter how fast, makes no independent decisions. It does exactly what it is told. But now, this stupid clanker moron machine has become capable of performing high-volume execution tasks, forcing a massive shift in what corporations value today. The reality is this: corporate is no longer looking for junior employees to just grind through execution work. Instead, they are restructuring their teams from a traditional bulky department into small, hyper-converged pods of 3 to 5 senior expert generalists. An oxymoron, I know. These senior workers act as orchestrators, aka AI agent managers. They define the outcomes and point the AI agents at the problems, evaluate their outputs, and use their own domain experience to know when to overrule the stupid machine. Your boss is weighing the annual salaries of an army of entry-level task doers versus a handful of employees who can each manage dozens of AI agents. Your boss simply does not want to pay for paper pushers anymore. This is why Anthropic's recent research shows that while there is no mass unemployment just yet, the hiring of younger, junior talent in exposed fields has already slowed by 14% this year. Your boss is using AI to actively consolidate the execution layer, cutting out the entry-level task doers completely. So how do you navigate a world where your boss is replacing people with AI agents? Well, first, you must actively fight the Deskilling Trap. Now, because your boss is demanding faster outputs and AI provides a shortcut to get there, it is incredibly tempting to just let the AI do all the heavy lifting for you. The data on this is quite troubling. Recent studies show that juniors using AI can ship more code, but they understand less of what they actually shipped. This means if people don't know what they are doing without AI, who is left to check and verify the AI? And what happens 5 years from now? This is the Deskilling Trap. In the new workplace, your long-term value is not your ability to pump out generic output. Your value is your deep, foundational understanding of your domain. If that disappears, so does your career. Use AI as an exoskeleton to move faster, but never allow it to outsource your knowledge, understanding, and expertise. If AI writes a block of code or drafts a strategic plan for you, you must be able to completely deconstruct it, defend it, and explain why it works. You must commit yourself to becoming a professional who combines a broad curiosity with deep, unshakable fundamental knowledge. If you fall into the Deskilling Trap by letting AI do your thinking, you will never develop the domain expertise that makes your career valuable. You will simply become a babysitter for a moron, and babysitters are highly replaceable. Second, look for bosses in organizations that operate like an hourglass. Our traditional org charts look like a pyramid, and the new AI agentic org chart looks like an inverted pyramid, which is destined to collapse. If your boss stops training juniors today to hit a short-term ROI target, the company won't feel the pain immediately. But a few years from now, they will face the consequences of this expertise pipeline problem. To survive this, the best organizations are moving towards what is called an Hourglass Organization. This structure features a strong top layer of senior executives leveraging AI and a very lean middle management layer, but then a deliberately protected broad base of juniors at the bottom. In your next interview, ask one question. How does your organization develop junior talent? If they can't answer it specifically, and if they talk about learning on the job or thriving in a fast-paced environment, you are looking at a company that has already decided that the junior employee is disposable. Simply walk away. Expertise takes a full generation to build, and you cannot simply just ask AI to retroactively generate human experience. The future belongs to those who can use the time freed up by AI to get out of the office to understand the complex, messy human realities of the market, the customers, and the business itself. Things that a machine can never understand. As you navigate this human-AI workplace transition, remember the standard by which any great company must operate and the standard you must demand from your leadership. Institutions exist to make people productive, not to make people disposable. Here's what I mean. There's a lot of focus on business growth these days. Higher year-over-year revenue, profit margins, stock prices, etc., etc. And yet, a business should only exist to serve a social function, to meet the needs of their customers, to improve people's lives. Without this social function, a business has no purpose. Existence without purpose is a waste, but growth without purpose is a cancer. Management's role is to ensure the organization stays focused on this purpose of social function and to equip its people with the means to fulfill it, which is also to not become a cancer. Prioritizing short-term profit through workforce reduction is fundamentally mismanagement. It occurs when leaders treat people as tools rather than the very heart of the mission. Ultimately, this technical AI revolution cannot be about replacing humanity. It has to be about coexisting. Peter Drucker believed that the true function of management is to organize human beings for joint performance, to make their individual strengths productive and their weaknesses irrelevant. When used correctly, AI simply removes the routine execution so that your uniquely human strengths, that is your curiosity, your empathy, and your ethical judgment and your vision, can take center stage. So, what do you think? Do you still believe AI wants your job? What steps have you taken to prepare for the AI human workplace? Please drop your experience in the comments below. I read every single one. Now, if this video helps you think differently about your career and the future, please subscribe. This is exactly what this channel is here to do. And if you know somebody who's worried about the human AI workplace, please send this video to them. It's your efforts that help Drucker's ideas get where they are needed the most. As always, thank you so much for your time and attention. I'll see you next time.